Hello, CdM PTA. It's middle school and high school counselors joining together from their homes to meet with you today. We want to thank you for all that you do for our school. We're hoping you and your families are staying safe and healthy. We miss everyone, especially the students. And our students at CdM are amazing and resilient. They're able to see the good during this very difficult time. And meeting with many of them, they talk about two things that they see as positive during this time. One, spending more time with their families, and two, getting more sleep. They are looking very rested and refreshed. So we are excited to be with you today. We're going to introduce ourselves and tell you what part of the alphabet we have.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Ramatula, or Julie to parents, and I work with students whose last name is A through Q in middle school.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Garcia, Ariana Garcia, and I'm with Mrs. Ramatula, middle school counselor, and I have students with last name R through Z.
Hi, I'm Lori Ribicek, and I am a high school counselor, and I am the first of the alphabet with students whose names are A through DAV.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Garretts, another high school counselor with Alpha Split DAW through HOL.
Hi, I'm Megan Madden. I have high school students with last names HOM through MOA.
I'm Rhonda Reed, and I have high school students MOB through SEV.
And I'm Gina Nyholt, and I have high school students SEW through Z.
Today we wanted to take some time to answer some questions that we often get from parents. So hopefully this will be some information that is helpful to you guys. The first topic we want to address is we often get asked, how often do we meet with students? When do we meet with students? What do we do when we meet with students? So we have Ariana Garcia and Jennifer Garretts who will be addressing that for middle school and high school respectively.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Garcia. I have my daughter with me. Coming from home. As the CdM middle school counselors, myself and Mrs. Ramatula, we counsel the whole student in 3 domains: academic, college and career, and social emotional. We work on scheduling and getting your students into classes, and we help students understand what is needed as they head into high school and start to think about post-high school plans. We meet with your students for registration into classes and develop a plan for readiness into high school. We assist students if they're struggling academically, collaborate and work as an intervention team with the student and the parent and the teacher to help the student achieve their best. We offer counseling and study skills, time management, and test-taking strategies to middle school students as they are navigating 8 classes and 8 teachers. We also have guidance lessons during the year. Some of the guidance lessons introduce students to our college and career platform and give them a chance to explore future career options. Some lessons discuss social emotional topics like suicidal ideation and self-esteem. Some lessons are focused on academics and how to prepare for the next grade and for their future. In addition, our counseling offices, myself and Mrs. Ramatula, and right now it's Zoom meetings and communication through email during this distance learning, are always open to students if they are struggling with their social emotional needs. Our meetings with your child are confidential, and we are here to help students with their emotions and help families with referrals for outside counseling if needed. As counselors, our goal is to support the student and help them prepare for high school and beyond.
Thank you, Mrs. Garcia. And just like she had mentioned, the high school counseling team also offers counseling in 3 domains, which, let me remind you, are academic, college and career, and social emotional. The high school counseling department consists of the 5 high school counselors who you met today, who split the alpha like we mentioned. We have also put our alpha split on the website in case you need to look at it there. Every high school counselor meets with every one of their students during the registration process, and that allows us to meet with the students one-on-one. We ensure every student is on track towards graduation. We audit their transcripts to make sure students are taking the right courses and we ensure if they want to discuss taking pathway courses that they are on the right track for those as well. We also see our students through our guidance lessons. The 4 guidance lessons we focus on each year is the 4-year plan during the 9th grade year, college and career presentation in the 10th grade year, college search and letter of recommendation for our juniors, and we also meet with our seniors to complete their senior exit survey. Each counselor has open office hours during late start Mondays, break, and lunch. Students are also able to schedule appointments with their counselor during their open periods if that time works better for them. During distance learning, we are available for Zoom meetings, and we are constantly responding to email. Please do not hesitate to reach out to your child's counselor. Again, like in middle school, our meetings with your child are confidential, and we're also here to help students with their emotions and help family with referrals for outside counseling if needed. Our goal while they are in high school is to prepare them for college and their future endeavors.
Thank you. We also get a lot of questions about what kind of social emotional support we provide students. So Mrs. Garcia will be answering that for us. You got to unmute.
Okay, so as counselors at CdM, we are here to promote healthy social emotional mindsets and behaviors in all grade levels 7 through 12 that enhance the learning process and create a culture of college and career readiness. Social emotional learning is social awareness, relationship skills, self-management, self-awareness, and responsible decision-making. We have ongoing specialized training to identify and address social emotional needs of our students and work with families of diverse backgrounds and provide counseling resources in the community. At CdM, we help provide the positive mindset through our classroom guidance and in our individual counseling meetings. We are here to help our students, so please feel free to reach out to us if you're concerned about your child's social emotional needs.
And a special thanks to Gretchen for making a special appearance today.
Thank you.
Another big question from a lot of parents has to do with whether or not to hire a private college counselor, and Mrs. Nyholt will be addressing that for us.
Hello. Choosing whether or not to hire a private college counselor is a personal decision every student and their family should consider carefully. We feel a college counselor could possibly be advantageous, but please understand that no counselor, whether high school or college, can make any type of guarantees of admittance for your child. A college counselor may be advantageous under these circumstances. A college counselor may benefit if a student wants to attend a specific institution. Certain college counselors may specialize in UC schools, certain private colleges, or a specialized school such as an art or music school that may require extra work for their applicants, including portfolios and auditions. So a specific college counselor may help by walking a student through this special application process. Or a college counselor may be advantageous for a student with an uncommon educational background. For example, if a student has been partially homeschooled or a transfer or international students, or if they have missed a significant number of school days due to a chronic condition or are a special needs student, their records will be different from peers who had a traditional high school experience. If you and your family are feeling anxious about any aspect of the college application process, hiring a college counselor may alleviate some of that stress, and they may help everyone stay focused and keep track of essential duties. What can your high school counselor help your child do? First, your child's counselor is one who will send important parts of your child's application, such as their transcript and letters of recommendation to colleges, but they can also help you with all of the following things. School counselors have access to important information and firsthand knowledge about your child's classes, their grades, and often their extracurricular activities. The best thing a student can do is make an appointment to see their high school counselor initially during their freshman year for academic advising, with the aim being to build a relationship with your child throughout their high school years and to be sure to learn about their interests and goals. The more your school counselor knows about your child, the more they can help them identify their strengths and weaknesses, the better and more meaningful their recommendation letter will be on their behalf, and your child's counselor can help them understand the nuances and rigor of their class choices. Regular appointments with their counselor will help ensure that they're taking the classes they need to graduate on time, and taking the types of classes that most colleges look for, that they're getting the help they need if they're struggling in a class and are taking classes and participating in activities that will challenge them, that they understand the financial aid process and are aware of scholarship opportunities targeted to CDM students, that they can explore career areas to help them choose fitting colleges, that they can get help creating and narrowing down their college list and understand all the application requirements, and that they can seek personal counseling and get help throughout their high school experience.
Thank you. A big question we get from both students and parents is, how many AP classes should I take, or how many AP classes should my child take? Which AP classes should I take? What if I plan to go to Harvard or another Ivy League college? And Miss Reed is going to be addressing that for us.
Well, the very easy answer is the only AP that a student should take are the ones that they are truly interested in. The colleges use the word passionate, where they're passionate about the subject area and they're going to receive joy every day in the class. So the original question mentioned Harvard. What if my student wanted to go to Harvard? So 4 years ago, Harvard Graduate School produced a report called Turning the Tide. In this report, they made sweeping suggestions to the changes for the admissions process. 200 colleges, top colleges, have endorsed these changes, and 150 deans have signed a commitment letter promising that they will review their applications according to these new changes. So I'd like to read to you some comments from Shumil from MIT. He is one of the spokespersons for this Turning the Tide movement really now. And what he believes, and many colleges believe, that there is a growing mismatch between what students think they need to be strong applicants and what they actually need to do. In simple terms, we want students to pursue the things that interest them with energy and enthusiasm. We want students to make decisions that are educationally sound for them to best prepare them to succeed in college and beyond. We want students to challenge themselves appropriately in the areas that are most interesting to them. We want students to engage with their community in their pursuits. And we want students who demonstrate strong ethical character. In short, we want young people to be students and community members first and applicants second. We don't want students to do things just because they think they have to. We don't want students to take advanced classes out of a sense of competition rather than the joy of learning. We don't want a laundry list of 1 million activities, and we don't want students sacrificing quality for quantity, something that is happening far too often. And the colleges are often saying that far too often they're presented with this image of the student and their applicant. I've taken this many APs, I got this score on these tests, I'm in all of these clubs, and I am involved in these community services activities, and I'm in a sport. They really don't get to see the student and their character and the motivation for taking the classes they take and the clubs and activities they're involved in. And so they would really like students to really present their real person and their real student activities and motivations in light of the classes they've taken and the clubs they belong to. I believe we're going to put some material up available to you. I will ask that both reports, because there's a Turning the Tide 1 that came out 4 years ago, and just recently there's Turning the Tide 2. And in that report, there's very specific suggestions for high schools as well as parents. So I hope you enjoy reading those reports.
Thank you. And while we don't offer AP classes in middle school, I feel like this is an appropriate time to address parent concerns about their students getting into the enhanced math route. Students will get into the top colleges coming from the standard math route. If your student did not or does not qualify for the enhanced math route coming in as a 7th grader, 0 doors have been shut as far as post-high school opportunities. If your child does qualify for the enhanced math route, it's also important to consider their maturity and how much they enjoy math. The enhanced route is not just about ability, it's about maturity, organization, and study skills. If your child did not get into the enhanced math route coming in as a 7th grader, there will still be enhanced and AP options when they get into high school. If your student does get into the enhanced math route as a 7th grader, please consider what is the healthiest option for your child. Our next topic is about the college search. When should it start? What about college visits? And Mrs. Madden is going to be addressing that for us.
Thanks, Julie. So as a counseling department, we think that the college research can start at any point in a student's high school career. There's so many different post-high school options and colleges that it could easily take all 4 years to come up with a really good list for students. With that said, as a counseling department, we start guiding students about possible careers and majors in 10th grade. They use exploring all those careers and majors to find colleges that offer their interests. Moving into 11th grade, we have them really focus on college research and trying to find what colleges have those interests or programs that they're wanting to find a major in. And then we really move from there on narrowing that list for them. We encourage students to attend college visits from the over 200 colleges that come to CdM at any point in high school. It only gives them more information about the colleges so that they can make a really good informed decision when they do start applying to colleges. We believe that by about 2nd semester of their junior year, students should really have a semi-narrowed list about colleges they're seriously looking to apply to. Once they have this list, it's a good time to begin thinking about in-person college campus visits or virtual campus visits, depending if it's online. That would give them a lot more information about how the school is in person, how it makes them feel, and personally be able to, ask students questions that currently go there. In junior year, we really encourage as well that they attend the college visits that are at CdM with the college representatives. It really shows that they're genuinely interested in that college. Throughout this whole process, we really do encourage students to utilize our college coordinator, Mary Russell, or Mama Mary, as some of them call her. She's located in the LRC, our Learning Resource Center. She is a great resource for students. She has supplementals about colleges, brochures. She kind of gives just an extra support for all of our students. Mary is also available to assist students with the online college search and reaching out to college representatives. She's got a great relationship with many of the reps that come to our campus. Mary, Russell, and counseling, we work really closely together to support all of their needs. As a counseling department, we work with Mary to communicate with our students about various colleges and different events that go on. So it's a really great relationship between all of us.
Our last topic is just addressing how to prepare your child for careers. We have career tech classes and other post-high school options outside of just the 4-year university. Ms. Ribachek will be addressing that for us.
Oh my God.
You're all set to record, Lori.
Oh, okay, I don't see myself up there. Okay, sorry. Hi, everybody. I'm happy to talk about post-high school options. There are many. Obviously, in this day and age, we are in a technology generation. And so a lot of the employment opportunities that will be ready and waiting for your students after 4 years of college are going to include having technical skills. So the buzzword is career technology education. For many people, we knew it as vocational ed. There's also another name, we call it career pathways. But these kind of classes don't have to be on hold until after high school. The good news is that we have wonderful classes available here on site at CdM. We have a career pathways in engineering design. We also have one in digital media arts, which includes Photoshop and animation and all these great technology skills in the Adobe Photoshop and the Adobe animation programs. And also in our school district, we have career pathways that our students can take advantage of while in high school. We have some students in the EMT program over at Estancia High School, and we have students in culinary arts, which is over there at Newport Harbor High School. We also have ROP classes, which stands for Regional Occupational Programs, which is basically at various high schools throughout Orange County. There are classes in automotive technology that they can take at some of the high schools. And these classes that they take while they're enrolled at CdM can also count for graduation credits. Depending on where they're taking their classes too, they may get college credits. So for instance, we have a lot of local community colleges that offer what we call the 2-year certificate programs. And high school students can start taking them while they're in high school. So instead of maybe taking an advanced placement class, they might say, well, I want to learn about automotive technology because I want to open up my own business. So there's wonderful programs that they can take at Saddleback, at Cypress, or Golden West College. Now, how do you find out about these programs in the area of interest? Well, there's a wonderful program called Program Finder, and I'm just going to hold it up to everybody. And it's really great. It says programfinderoc.com. And what it does is you can put in any career pathway of interest. So let's say your student's interested in architecture. So they would go online and they would find all the regular high schools that are offering architecture, if there are. If not, they will also list the local community colleges that offer classes in architecture. So one in particular I know is Orange Coast College. So I'm holding up their certificate program. Now, we have students that maybe want to transfer to a 4-year college, but they want to really get their feet wet while they're in high school. We're really trying to promote and encourage students to start exploring career options. And what better way than taking these college classes while they're in high school, as long as they are up for the challenge and taking these courses. So some of the other programs that I highly recommend, especially we have a lot of students interested in business. So Orange Coast College, for instance, has a business administration program. They can start taking business classes. Then you have IBC's got an entrepreneur program, as does Coastline. We have a lot of students that like to apply to the Marshall School of Business at USC. So a lot of them want to, get into real estate. Here's another great program over at OCC, and I believe IBC has this as well. So in lieu of taking an elective at our high school campus, they can take it at a community college. One of the first things they're going to have to do is get an approval from their high school counselor, and there is a form that they have to complete, and we will approve it for high school credit, and it may or may not go on the high school transcript, depending on what the student wants. But there's a multitude of opportunities out there between the community colleges and the regional occupational programs. Mary Russell is wonderful. She's a wonderful resource too at CdM, and she can give students a lot of information on what classes they have going on there. Students are encouraged though to talk to their high school counselor first and about what career pathways they're interested in. And as I said before, there's students that are really interested in some of these certification programs, and the great news is these are job skills. These are tactile job skills. So long are the days over when a student just goes to a 4-year college and gets a degree in anything just to have a college degree. Employers are looking for education and skills together. So it's really important, parents, that you support your student in exploring options while they're in high school, while they're in college as well, because that's going to be really the ticket to their success. And speaking of that, there's a couple of things I'd like to mention. I'll put this on our website as well for resources, but there's a program called YES, youth employment services. And it's wonderful, like 3 workshops, and it's 2 hours, I think Tuesday and Thursday. It's only like 3 times they meet, and they learn how to write a resume. They actually do a makeshift interview, and they get videotaped so they can see what they look like in a job interview. They learn all about employment applications, how to write one, how to submit one, and how to accentuate, their skills and their assets. So I would recommend having them sign up for something like the YES program. And then we have another program called where they can actually look into these specific programs at the community colleges. And I think I mentioned it before, but it's the program finder. One of the most important things, I think, as we're navigating through the 21st century and looking for skills is to start with, of course, the career interest inventories. There's many of them out there. We will put it on our counseling website so you can take a look. The more they explore these options and take these assessments, the more information they have about themselves and what the future may hold for them. And it's a great resource, and I can't encourage it enough. In closing, I think what I'd like to say is every parent and student should probably read this book. If not, watch the 10-minute video. It's called Success in the New Economy. It's by Dr. Kevin Fleming. And it's all about redesigning the whole trajectory for college and career. And I really do hope you spend time. It's worth it. 10 minutes, watch the video. If you have any more questions, you can call me, Mama Mary, or any of the counselors. We're here to help you. Thank you so much.
And with that, we wrap up our first, and I hope only, virtual counselors meet with PTA. We would love to answer more questions, but we hope the next time we do it, we're in person and meeting with you on campus. We all wish you the best, and I feel like the newest salutation that comes with 2020 is be well, be healthy. Bye.